A lot of conversations with people recently about women and all this stuff, and they've always said to me, you seem like you can get any girl. And there was one girl who said to me, she was like, have you ever been turned down before? Have you ever been turned down by a girl? And all this stuff. It was a weird compliment in a way, you know what I mean? It's a weird thing to say to someone. But I used to have the complete opposite mindset where I couldn't get with any girls. And even now, it's not that I can get with every girl. Like, I don't truly believe that, but I do believe that I got the confidence and the ability to make them laugh, make them feel good, make them feel attracted. Like, I've done a lot for myself in regards to looks or whatever, so naturally I feel like if they're given a few signs, they might be attracted to me, and I'll go up and speak to them. If I didn't see the signs, I wouldn't try, you know what I mean? So it's not every girl, but on a real level, I used to have the opposite mindset where I felt like I couldn't get any women, couldn't get any girls, and therefore what happened? I got no girls, I got no women, I got no attraction. I'm not saying this on this some fucking massive playboy or some shit, but on a real level, I've had quite a bit of success for how much I put in with women in regards to, say, my physique, my body. It's allowed me to get a lot of attention. My confidence, how I speak and all this stuff has allowed me to get attention over these past few years. Past 2 years especially, I got a lot, and even this past year I haven't tried at all, but I keep getting into different stuff with different girls and different things, and this one likes me, this one, it's weird, and I'm not even trying. I'm not even putting emphasis on that part of my life because I don't need to. I don't really see the point of a real relationship yet unless I find the right person, if that makes sense. And it's one of these things where your mindset with this stuff does affect you, because let's say you go up to a girl, let's say there's a girl you're attracted to over there, let's say she's giving you some signs as well, let's say she's looking at you, maybe even smiling at you, you know what I mean? Let's say she's with a friend or whatever, let's say she's by herself just looking at you, smiling at you a few times, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you're obviously got a good chance of going out there and speaking to her. But if you go up and speak with absolute feeling like you're not good enough, and feeling like you're shit and you're terrible, and feeling like, oh, I can't get her number, I can't get with her, I can't do this, what's that going to do in the interaction? Is she going to feel that in the interaction? And the obvious answer is yes, because they're a lot smarter than you think, you know what I mean? They've had a lot of attraction over the years, and especially if it's a pretty girl, they've obviously had a lot of attraction, a lot of different people come up to them and all this. So let's say you go from that mindset and that mind state, you come from a negative mind state, like you can't get it, and you can't go up to them, you can't talk to them, and you're going to start on your words and all this. Subconsciously, you're going to act in that way. And she's going to feel that. She's going to feel that, and therefore you're probably going to get rejected. You're most likely going to get rejected then. And it's one of these things that you need to understand, that if you had the mindset of, I can make her laugh, I can make her smile, I could get her number, and you go up, make a joke or whatever, speak to her, ask how she is or whatever, and then make a little joke or whatever, a lot of times you'll be in a better position in that interaction. And therefore you don't even have to necessarily go for a number or whatever straight away, because you could be in a place where you see him a lot, let's say like the gym or something, you may see him often. So you don't even have to go up and ask for the number straight away or anything like that. You could just have a nice interaction and believe you can make them smile. And if it seems fit, you could probably get the number, you know what I mean? And it's one of these things, if you have the mindset that you can go up and talk to them and actually attract them, or actually believe in yourself that you can get their number and believe you actually can, you're probably going to have a much higher chance of getting that in regards to not, if that makes sense. And someone like me, in regards to like cold approaches and that, I haven't fucked up yet. So every time I've asked for like a Snapchat or a number or whatever, I've got it. Luckily. But that's not because like I'm amazing or anything. That's just because I knew they were into me, and I knew the signs that they were into me, if that makes sense. It wasn't just like out of nowhere I just go up to a random woman, let's say a woman's walking by now, don't even look at me, and I'll go up to them and speak to them. I'm probably going to get rejected, you know what I mean? Because it's just the context of it. But if the context is she's looking at you, and she's obviously looking at you to see how you are, or, you know what I mean, build that attraction, they know what they're doing a lot of time, you know what I mean? They're experienced a lot of time, a lot more experienced than you and me with this stuff, and they know what they're doing better. It all comes down to how you actually view yourself in these interactions and in these things. Because if you view yourself as terrible, you're going to rub that off onto them. Are a lot smarter than you think, especially in like interactions and stuff, because they probably had a lot more attraction, especially like the really attractive women. A lot of times they have that, and they can feel that, if that makes sense. And it's one of these things that I found, this mindset switch of believing I could do it and actually going up and trying, it's actually worked pretty much every time, you know what I mean? Pretty much every time. And if it's not working, I'll fucking back out, mate. I back out. I don't ask for a number or anything if it's not working, if it's not the right vibe, because sometimes you don't naturally connect with someone. Sometimes you don't actually have the same sense of humor. You don't even speak that well. You don't even like, you know what I mean? So you can dip out then. You don't have to actually ask for a number and face that rejection straight away, especially if it's not going right, that interaction straight away. You don't have to like actually ask her, you know what I mean? It's not about the whole number. That's the end all and be all of this. At the end of the day, it's practice, and before you know it, you might be able to get a girl, make her laugh, make her smile, make her feel good, and then get a number. You know what I mean? And especially when you build your physique up in your body, it just adds this element of just less work you have to do for them, if that makes sense, because they're naturally attracted to you. Automatically your foot's in the door a lot more easier, and that's what I found. Your foot's in the door and you don't really get turned down, especially if they're giving you signs. You don't really get turned down that much, you know what I mean? Especially if you're in shape, you believe in yourself. Especially I've been doing a lot of facial exercises as well. I can see a difference. You try to take care of your skin, your body, your hygiene. You smell good, you feel good, you got confidence, you believe in yourself. You are going to have a much better interaction with that person, and you're going to have such more high end standards, and you're going to be almost a lot more, it's going to be a lot more easier for you to get them, if that makes sense, because they're attracted to that. Of course, if someone take care of themselves, they're going to be attracted to that. It's natural. Let's say you see a girl who's in good shape, who's obviously taking care of herself, they smell good, they look good, they know how to speak to people and interact, they're quite, you know what I mean, like, let's say they're just attractive in general and they got a nice energy about them, you're going to want to go up and talk to them. You're going to be drawn to that. And it's the same shit with you, same shit on the other perspective. It's almost like how you treat yourself almost is it almost indicates, if I could English, how you would treat them, if that makes sense. So let's say you see some massive fat fucking, let's say you're like 300 pounds, let's say your average height 5'9", 5'10", you're 300 pounds, and you see a pretty girl. How's that going to go? You know what I mean? The chances are you're going to be turned down, because there's a lot of people like that, and if anything, average people are probably better than you in regards to a physical attractive level, if that makes sense. So it's not going to go as well. But let's say you're in shape, let's say you're the same height, you're in shape, you take good care of yourself, you've got a nice haircut, you believe in yourself, you got a nice body, maybe let's say you're around 11-12% body fat with a bit of muscle, you're dressed well, you actually have confidence, and you're speaking to people, making people feel welcome, or you've got that natural high self-worth, you go up, you're going to have such a high chance in comparison to the other bloke, if that makes sense. So that's what we got to view it from this perspective, especially when you put the work in for yourself. It's a lot easier to attract them, if that makes sense. And this is what I found, it's just got easier and easier and easier, and I guarantee it's going to get easier and easier again, especially as I get leaner again, because at the moment my body fat's probably 16%, something like that. And especially as I get leaner, you see the difference as well. Hopefully if I hold a lot of the muscle as well, I'll be in a good place with that. And that's going to be the overall message in this video. Just believe you can with this stuff, because it does come off in the interaction. And that's what I want to say to you lot. Thanks for all the love recently. Like, comment and subscribe. Thanks.